The law of creation. Stop reading and start manifesting real results. Introduction. The knowledge trap. Why we read but don't act. The myth of not being ready. Shifting from learning to creating. What this book will help you unlock. Chapter 1. The invisible law that shapes your life. There's a silent force guiding every result in your life, whether you're aware of it or not. It's not luck, fate, or external circumstances. It's the law of creation. You don't have to believe in it for it to be real. Just like gravity, it works whether you acknowledge it or not. Every outcome you've experienced, from the relationships you attract to the money you earn and the opportunities you seize or miss, is the direct result of what you've created. Consciously or unconsciously. Here's the uncomfortable truth. You are always creating. The only question is what you're creating, why, and whether it's what you actually want. Most people create by default, not by design. They wake up reacting to life instead of shaping it. They confuse motion with progress, reading books, watching videos, attending workshops, but never translating knowledge into meaningful results. You've probably felt it before, that sense of having consumed more than enough information to change your life, and yet, life feels stuck. It's not for lack of knowledge, it's the absence of implementation. The problem isn't that people don't know what to do. It's that they don't become the kind of person who does it. This chapter is your wake-up call. Reading more books won't get you closer to your dream. Waiting to feel ready will never bring clarity. Hoping the stars align is just spiritual. Procrastination dressed up as faith. The law of creation is simple. What you consistently think, feel, and do becomes your reality. Your beliefs set the blueprint. Your emotions energize it. Your actions bring it to life. Think of yourself as a 24/7 creative machine. Every belief you hold about money, love, purpose, success, and even yourself is forming the framework of what you allow or reject from your life. These beliefs operate silently, embedded in your subconscious, running like software in the background. And here's the kicker: they were mostly installed without your permission. Childhood experiences, societal conditioning, family stories. These inputs shaped your internal code. If your results don't match your desires, it's not because manifestation doesn't work. It's because you're running a script that was never written by your highest self. But there's good news. Just like software can be rewritten, so can your internal code. That's what this book is about, helping you stop passively consuming and start actively creating. Not tomorrow, not when it's convenient. Now you are not a victim of life. You are the author of it. The invisible law that shapes your life is you, your repeated choices, consistent focus, and willingness to move even when you're scared. Creation isn't just about grand goals. It's in the micro decisions, the choice to get up early, to make the call, to start the business, to speak your truth, to finally write that first page. Every one of these acts is an act of creation, and they compound. Here's your first shift. Stop asking, "What should I read next?" and start asking, "What should I do next?" In the chapters ahead, you'll learn how to align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with what you truly want, not just what you've been conditioned to settle for. But for now, internalize this. You are always manifesting. The only question is, are you doing it consciously or by default? This book is here to break the cycle, to get you out of your head and into your power, to replace inspiration with transformation. So pause, breathe, ask yourself, what am I currently creating in my life? Is it in alignment with the future I want? Or is it a reflection of the past I've been repeating? Don't just think about it, write it down. Because your next reality starts the moment you move from thinking to doing. Chapter 2. Thoughts become things, but not in the way you think. You've probably heard the phrase thoughts become things. It's a mantra repeated in self-help books, vision board tutorials, and motivational speeches. And while there's truth in it, most people completely misunderstand what it actually means. Thinking alone doesn't create results. If it did, the world would be full of billionaires, best-selling authors, world-class athletes, and enlightened souls, because everyone's had those what-if thoughts. But thoughts alone are just sparks. They don't become things until they're given fuel, and that fuel is belief, emotion, and most importantly, action. Here's the hard truth. Thinking about success and creating success are not the same. Can visualize all day. You can repeat affirmations until your voice goes hoarse. But unless your internal belief system matches your desire, and you follow it with aligned action, your thoughts are just smoke without fire. The problem with wishful thinking, let's make one thing clear. Not all thoughts are powerful. Most of them, the 60,000 we have each day, are background noise. They're recycled worries, habits, and stories you've picked up over the years. They're not creative, they're reactive. When people say, thoughts become things, they're not referring to random passing ideas. They're talking about dominant, emotionally charged, repeatedly reinforced thoughts. These are the thoughts that build belief systems, and belief systems shape behavior. If you constantly think, I'm not good enough, even subconsciously, you'll act in ways that prove it true. You won't apply for the opportunity. You'll procrastinate on your goals. You'll sabotage relationships. The world reflects what you believe, not what you wish. On the flip side, when you think, I always find a way to succeed, and that belief is deeply embedded in your emotional body, you begin to operate with confidence, creativity, and resilience. You start creating success instead of waiting for it. The formula of thought creation here. The simplified formula. Thoughts plus belief plus emotion plus action equals creation. Let's break it down. Thoughts, these are seeds. Ideas about what's possible. Belief. This is the soil. If you don't believe the thought, it won't grow roots. Emotion. This is water. Emotion energizes and strengthens your intentions. Action. This is sunlight. Without it, nothing comes to life. Remove any one of those, and manifestation collapses. You can't just think rich and expect money to appear. You have to think rich. Believe you're worthy of wealth. Feel aligned and energized by the idea, and take actions that mirror that mindset. That's when manifestation becomes reality, changing the narrative. Most people try to change their life without changing their thoughts. They want external results, but their internal dialogue still echoes failure, fear, or lack. That's like planting apple seeds and expecting oranges. It doesn't work. If your dominant thoughts are rooted in self-doubt, scarcity, or unworthiness, you'll unconsciously create a life that matches those themes. No matter how badly you want something different, here's the key. You don't get what you want. You get what you believe is yours. So the real work of creation begins with thought alignment, tuning your mental frequency to the results you desire. Ask yourself, what do I think about most often when it comes to my dreams? Are those thoughts empowering or limiting? Do they align with the life I'm trying to build? Thought work and practice. Let's get practical. Here's a quick mental rewiring routine you can use daily. Awareness. Notice the dominant thoughts circling your mind, especially those that arise in moments of challenge, boredom, or risk. Questioning. Ask yourself, is this thought helping me or holding me back? Replacement. Create a new thought that aligns with your goal. Not just positive, powerful. Example. Replace I always fail at this with every attempt brings me closer to success. Emotion pairing. Close your eyes, repeat the new thought, and feel it as if it were already true. Emotion is the glue that helps the thought stick. Action tie-in. Immediately do something, even small, that reinforces the new belief. It could be sending an email, journaling, making a call, or stepping into a new routine. This is how you begin rewiring your mental landscape, not through magic, but through mindful repetition and real-world movement. You don't need to eliminate every negative thought. You just need to stop letting them run the show. The moment you start choosing your thoughts with intention, you take your power back. And when you match those thoughts with belief and action, you become unstoppable. Because yes, thoughts become things, but only when you become the creator, not the observer, of your own mind. Chapter 3. The Identity Shift. You don't get what you want. You get who you are. That may sound frustrating at first, especially if you've been working hard, thinking positively, and taking action, but still feel stuck. But this truth isn't meant to limit you. It's meant to liberate you. Creation flows from identity. Your identity is your self-concept, your internal definition of who I am. It governs what you believe is possible, what you believe you deserve, and what you allow yourself to pursue. Until you shift who you see yourself as, no amount of effort will permanently shift what you create. Point 1. Why identity is the real battlefield. Let's say you want to become a successful entrepreneur. You set goals, make plans, and even take a few bold steps. But deep inside, if you still see yourself as someone who's not good with money, or just a regular person, not a business type, your subconscious mind will sabotage your efforts. You'll procrastinate. You'll avoid opportunities. You'll downplay your own value. Not because you're lazy, but because your actions are clashing with your identity. Identity always wins. And that's why we must start creating from the inside out. 2. The Layers of Change. James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, brilliantly explained that there are 3 layers of change. Outcomes. What you want, for example. Write a book, make more money. Processes. What you do, for example, set a schedule, build a system. Identity. Who you believe you are, for example, I'm a disciplined creator. Most people try to change their life by starting with outcomes. But unless you update your identity to match your vision, those changes won't stick. You might see temporary success, but you'll snap back to your old patterns, just like a thermostat returning the room to its preset temperature. 3. Who are you really? Ask yourself, what labels have I unconsciously accepted about myself? Many of these were not chosen by you. They were handed to you by parents, teachers, peers, and society. Maybe you were told you're too sensitive, not cut out for leadership, or bad with numbers. Over time, these labels became part of your internal identity. But here's the secret. You can choose a new identity, not by pretending, not by faking it, but by intentionally stepping into the version of you that already exists in potential and then proving it with action. 4. The decision to become an identity shift starts with a decision, not a result. You don't wait until you're rich to start thinking like a wealthy person. You don't wait until you're confident to act with courage. You don't wait until you're a best-selling author to call yourself a writer. You decide who you're becoming. Then you act like it until it becomes real. Ask yourself, who do I need to become to create the results I want? Define this version of yourself in detail. How do they think? How do they speak? How do they show up daily? What do they say yes and no to? What habits do they live by? Write it down. That's your new self-image, and every decision you make is a chance to reinforce it. 5. Small wins equals big identity shifts. The fastest way to change identity is to collect evidence. You don't need a total transformation overnight. You just need daily wins that reinforce your new self. Want to be fit? Don't focus on the six-pack. Focus on being the person who never misses a workout. Want to be wealthy? Don't obsess over millions. Become someone who handles money with clarity and respect every day. Want to be a creator? Then create today. Not later. Not when it's perfect. Now. Every time you act in alignment with your new identity, you cast a vote for that version of yourself. The more votes you collect, the stronger that identity becomes. 6. Kill the old you with kindness. This isn't about hating your current self. It's about outgrowing them. The version of you that procrastinated, doubted, and delayed. They did the best they could with the beliefs and tools they had. But now you have new tools. You have awareness. You have this moment. You're not trying to fix yourself. You're not broken. You're evolving. The law of creation doesn't demand perfection. It demands alignment. And alignment starts with becoming someone who is done with half commitments and delayed dreams. 7. Simple daily identity practice each morning. Take 5 minutes to answer these. Who am I becoming? What would that version of me do today? What's one small act I can take that proves it? And then do it. That one small act. That's where the magic is. Creation begins at the core. When you shift your identity, everything else follows. Actions become easier. Habits become natural. Results accelerate. It's not just about thinking differently. It's about becoming someone who no longer tolerates a misaligned life. From this chapter on, you are no longer someone who just reads about change. You are someone who creates change, starting with who you are. In the next chapter, we'll move from internal alignment to external vision, how to craft a bold, clear dream and design a path toward it. Because the person you're becoming is ready to create at a whole new level. Chapter 4. Vision without action is a fantasy. Let's get something straight. Dreaming isn't enough. That you can have the clearest vision board, the most detailed goals, and the most beautiful affirmations pasted on your mirror. But if you don't move, it's all just mental masturbation. Vision without action is fantasy. Action without vision is chaos. But together, they create results. The law of creation doesn't respond to wishful thinking. It responds to energy, direction, and momentum. You don't manifest by waiting. You manifest by becoming magnetic through movement. 1. The comfort of endless planning. Most people get stuck in what I call productive avoidance. They plan, they research, they make mind maps and buy journals. But when it comes time to act, they hesitate. Why? Because acting on your dream makes it real. It exposes you to resistance. It risks failure. It demands that you step into the unknown, and that terrifies your ego. So instead, you keep tweaking the plan. Reading one more book, watching one more tutorial, waiting for the perfect time. But here's the truth. Your vision means nothing until you back it with action. 2. The illusion of clarities. So many people say, I'm just not clear yet. But clarity doesn't come from overthinking. It comes from doing. You don't get clarity and then take action. You take action and clarity reveals itself through movement. Imagine trying to learn how to ride a bike by reading a book about it. You can study balance, momentum, and gear ratios all day long. But until you get on the bike, nothing changes. Creation is the same way. Waiting for clarity is often just fear in disguise. 3. Aligning your vision with movement. Let's shift your focus now. Stop asking, what do I want? And start asking, what am I willing to act on every single day, even when it's hard? Because here's the secret. Commitment builds momentum, and momentum makes your vision magnetic. Ask yourself, what's the smallest step I can take today toward this dream? If I couldn't fail, what would I start now? Where am I hiding behind planning instead of executing? Don't think big. Think real. One call, one decision, one move forward. That's enough to activate the law of creation. 4. The power of imperfect. Action perfectionism is the enemy of manifestation. You don't need to get it right. You just need to get it going. The people you admire didn't start at the top. They started messy. They launched before they were ready. They failed publicly. They tried things that didn't work. But they kept moving. If you wait for the perfect moment, you'll wait forever. Start ugly. Stay consistent. Refine as you go. Momentum will take you places motivation never could. 5. Your vision needs a system now. Let's bring your vision down from the clouds and ground it into structure. Use this formula to bridge vision to results. Vision. What do you want to create? Why does it matter to you? Anchor this emotionally. Closing parenthesis plan. What are the next 3 to 5 clear steps? Schedule. When will you take those steps? Accountability. Who or what will hold you to it? Don't wait until everything's in place. You only need the next step. Take that. The one after that will reveal itself. 6. Replace motivation with discipline. Most people wait to feel inspired before they act. But high-level creators know, you don't wait for motivation, you create structure. Motivation is a feeling. Discipline is a decision. And creation follows discipline. The most successful people don't rely on energy spikes. They rely on systems. They wake up, they execute, they build. They do it when it's boring, when it's inconvenient, and when no one's clapping for them. Why? Because they know that consistent action compounds. 10 minutes a day of focused creation will take you further than 10 hours of occasional inspiration. 7. Stop dreaming. Start building. Let this be your shift. You are not here to keep dreaming. You are here to build the dream. Your vision deserves more than your imagination. It deserves your hands, your breath, your sweat. You are not trying to manifest. You are manifesting right now, with every decision you make. So move. Write the email. Launch the page. Record the video. Apply for the job. Invest in the course. Make the call. Change the habit. Walk toward it. Stop asking the universe for a sign. Be the sign. Closing practice. The daily builder. Every morning, ask, what one action today brings me closer to my vision? What excuse might stop me, and how will I shut it down? And then do it. Before you scroll, before you doubt, before the world gets loud. That's how you stop fantasizing and start manifesting. In the next chapter, we'll dive into the biggest enemy of creation: resistance. You'll learn how to face fear, procrastination, and self-sabotage head-on, and finally, break through the invisible walls holding you back. Chapter 5. Resistance is the gatekeeper. Every time you decide to grow, elevate, or create something meaningful, resistance shows up. It doesn't knock politely. It barges in with excuses, distractions, doubts, and sudden emergencies. 1 minute you're fired up with a clear vision. The next you're scrolling endlessly, overthinking, rearranging your to-do list, or talking yourself out of what you said you wanted. Sound familiar? That's not coincidence. That's resistance, the invisible universal force that rises up the moment you try to cross from intention to execution. And here's the kicker. Resistance is not your enemy. It's your gatekeeper. It shows up not to block you, but to test you. To ask you, are you really serious about this? Or just playing pretend? 1. What resistance really is. Resistance isn't laziness. It's not fear, exactly. It's a psychological and energetic pushback that happens whenever you attempt to change your identity, create something new, leave your comfort zone, claim something you deeply desire. It can feel like procrastination, perfectionism, imposter syndrome, anxiety, or sudden fatigue. Sometimes it looks like real-life kids need attention. The car breaks down. You suddenly don't have time. But make no mistake, resistance is the force that rises in proportion to the importance of your dream. The bigger the shift you're about to make, the louder resistance screams. 2. The 2 lies resistance tells. Resistance is a master of deception. It doesn't come with horns and a warning label. It whispers in your own voice. Here are the 2 biggest lies it tells. Lie number 1. Later is better. This lie convinces you that you need more time, more research, or more preparation. But later becomes never when left unchecked. Creation lives in the now, not in delay. Lie number 2. You're not ready. This lie wraps itself in logic. It tells you you're not qualified, not experienced, not talented enough. But readiness is an illusion. No one ever feels 100% ready to step into a bigger version of themselves. Truth is, you're not supposed to feel ready, you're supposed to feel called. 3. Resistance is a compass here. S a reframe that will change everything. The thing you feel the most resistance toward is often the thing most aligned with your growth. If it scares you, excites you, and feels too big for you, lean in. That's your next breakthrough. The more resistance you feel toward a task, the more important it likely is for your evolution. Use resistance as a compass, not a stop sign. Point 4. How to beat resistance. Daily resistance doesn't go away. You don't outgrow it, but you can learn to face it and move through it. Here's how. 1. Name it. The moment you feel the urge to delay, escape, or give up, pause and ask, is this resistance? Awareness dissolves deception. 2. Shrink the task. Resistance feeds on overwhelm. When your next step feels too big, your brain will avoid it. Shrink the task. Instead of write the book, start with write for 15 minutes. Instead of launch the business, start with choose a name. Tiny actions destroy resistance. 3. Schedule creation time. Don't wait for the right moment. Make the moment. Set a non-negotiable time block every day, even 20 minutes, dedicated to your vision. When it's on your calendar, it becomes real. 4. Move your body. Physical movement clears stagnant energy and disrupts resistance. Go for a walk. Dance. Do push-ups. Breathe deeply. Get out of your head and into your body. 5. Stop negotiating. You don't feel like it? Too bad, you already decided. Don't reopen the contract with yourself every day. Decide once, then honor that decision through action. 5. What resistance really means about you. Most people think resistance means something's wrong. But the opposite is true. Resistance shows up when you're on the edge of expansion. It means you're doing something that matters. You're not broken because you feel resistance. You're alive. You're in motion. You're standing at the doorway of your next level. Every successful person you admire has felt resistance and still showed up. That's what separates dreamers from creators. Not talent, not luck, not timing. The willingness to act, even when resistance screams. 6. The Creator's Creed. Here's a mantra to tattoo on your soul. I will not let resistance write my story. I will act, even when afraid. I will move, even when I doubt. I will create, even when it's messy. Because nothing is more painful than a life half-lived. Because resistance. 1. You were born to create. And everything you want is on the other side of the resistance you're avoiding right now. Practice your resistance. Ritual. Create a simple ritual you follow every time resistance appears. It might look like this. Pause. Notice the resistance. Breathe. Take 3 deep breaths to ground yourself. Name the lie. What is resistance telling you? Speak the truth. I don't need to feel ready. I just need to move. Take action. Any action. Do the smallest possible thing that moves you forward. Do this every day, and you'll become unstoppable. In the next chapter, we'll explore the flip side of effort energy. Because creation isn't just about doing more. It's about learning how to work from alignment, ease, and flow. Chapter 6. Energy over effort. The Creator's secret weapon. You've been told your whole life to work harder. Grind, hustle, push through, sleep later. But here's the truth they didn't teach you. Creation flows faster through energy than it ever will through effort. You can't manifest what you desire through burnout, stress, or force. Creation is an energetic process, and if your energy is off, your results will reflect it. This is the turning point in your journey. You've learned how to take action. Now it's time to learn how to take aligned action, the kind that feels clear, inspired, and powerful. That's when you become magnetic. That's when results begin to chase you. 1. The myth of hard work. Let's be real. Hard work isn't the key. Plenty of people work hard their whole lives and never create the life they want. Why? Because they're working out of fear, lack, and survival mode. They're forcing outcomes from low vibration energy. Effort without alignment is exhausting. But when your energy is clean, your action becomes exponential. Think about it. Have you ever met someone who barely works but attracts opportunities constantly? Or someone who's always tired, always hustling, but stuck in the same place? That's the difference between energy and effort. 2. Aligned energy is magnetic. Your energy is the signal you send into the universe. It tells life what you're available for and what you're not. When you're in alignment, you feel clarity instead of confusion. You feel enthusiasm instead of dread. You take action from inspiration, not obligation. The more you align your energy, the less you need to chase. The more you force, the more you repel. Creation doesn't respond to struggle. It responds to frequency. And your frequency is shaped by your thoughts, emotions, intentions, and environment. 3. Check your energy before you move, before you take action. Stop and ask, am I moving from inspiration or desperation? Is this coming from fear or flow? Does this feel heavy or light? The same task, done from different energy, will produce completely different outcomes. Posting on social media from a place of I need validation attracts crickets. Posting from I have something real to share pulls people in. Having a sales conversation from I need this money creates resistance. Having it from I'm offering true value creates connection. Energy before action. Always. 4. How to get into energetic alignment. Let's make this practical. Here are tools to align your energy daily. 1. Morning frequency ritual before you touch your phone. Tune into your vision. Visualize it. Feel it. Breathe it in. Speak it aloud. I am creating from abundance. I choose flow, not force. Everything is working in my favor. Set your energetic tone before the world grabs you. 2. Move toward joy. Joy is your compass. The more joy you allow into your life, the faster things move. That doesn't mean you never do hard things. It means you create space for music, laughter, sunlight, movement, connection, fuel for your field. When you feel good, you create better. 3. Clear your clutter. Energetic alignment means removing what's draining you. Toxic people, endless obligations, digital overwhelm, resentment and regret. You can't manifest clearly in chaos. Clean your environment, your inbox, your heart. Make room for what you want. 5. When to rest, when to move. The most powerful creators are tuned in. They know when to act, and they know when to pause. Sometimes rest is the most productive thing you can do. Here's how to know the difference. If you're avoiding action because of fear, gives move anyway. If your body and spirit feel depleted, gives rest and recharge. The law of creation rewards consistency, not punishment. You don't need to earn rest. You need to honor your energetic seasons. Creation moves through rhythm, not constant intensity. 6. Energetic boundaries. Want to protect your creative energy? You need boundaries. Say no to what drains you. Protect your mornings. Limit time with energy vampires. Stop over-explaining. Guard your focus like it's gold, because it is. Every yes to something misaligned is a no to your vision. You don't need to be available to everyone all the time. You need to be available to your dream. That's what alignment looks like. 7. Your energy is your legacy. Will be remembered not just for what you created, but how you created it. Did you build your dream from stress and sacrifice? Or from joy, peace, and purpose? You are allowed to create with ease. You are allowed to succeed without suffering. You are allowed to trust that when you align your energy, the right opportunities will find you. Aligned energy is the most efficient, powerful, and sustainable way to create. Don't just hustle harder. Vibrate higher. Practice the energetic. Reset whenever you feel off. Pause and reset. Breathe deeply. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 6. Ask, what energy am I creating from right now? Choose again. Shift to alignment by changing your posture, thoughts, or focus. Act with intention. Move from power, not pressure. Use this tool anytime you feel overwhelmed, disconnected, or forceful. In the next chapter, we're going even deeper. How your identity, the story you believe about yourself, is either fueling or blocking your manifestations. You'll learn how to reshape the inner narrative and embody the creator version of you right now. Chapter 7. Identity is the infrastructure of reality. You can read all the books, do all the affirmations, work tirelessly, but if your identity doesn't match your desires, you'll always sabotage or delay the result. Why? Because you will never consistently create beyond what you believe you are. Your identity is the silent architect of your reality, not your goals, not your talent. Your identity, the deep-rooted beliefs you hold about yourself, is the foundation everything else is built on. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are available for. So, if you're not manifesting what you want, don't just look at your vision board, look in the mirror. 1. Identity is a loop. Your identity creates your behavior. Your behavior creates your results. Your results reinforce your identity. This is why change often feels hard. You're trying to create new results with an outdated identity. Let's break it down. If you see yourself as someone who always messes up, you'll subconsciously act in ways that confirm that. If you see yourself as broke, insecure, or just average, your actions and expectations will align with that version, even if you want more. Until you change how you see yourself, you'll keep recreating the same life in new costumes. Point 2. You're not who you think you are. Most people mistake their identity for their history, but you are not your past. You are not your trauma. You are not your failures, your family's opinions, or your high school reputation. You are who you repeatedly decide to be, starting today. Identity isn't fixed. It's flexible. It's programmable. But you have to choose it on purpose. And that begins with asking, who do I need to become to hold the life I want? 3. The creator identity. Every powerful creator has one thing in common. They take full authorship of their self-image. They don't wait for proof. They don't wait to be validated. They become the person they need to be before the results show up. This is the secret most people miss. Creation starts with embodiment. Want to be a successful entrepreneur? Start thinking, acting, speaking, and making decisions like one. Want to be in a healthy relationship? Start showing up with self-respect, boundaries, and love now. You become first. Reality catches up. 2.4. Rewriting the internal script to shift your identity. You must rewrite the internal script playing in the background of your mind. Here's how. Step 1. Identify your limiting identity. Finish this sentence honestly. I've always been the kind of person who. Now look at how that belief has shaped your habits, expectations, and experiences. Step 2. Replace it with a creator identity. Ask, who do I choose to be now? Example, limiting identity gives I'm bad with money. Creator identity gives I am someone who handles money with clarity and confidence. Write it, speak it, repeat it. Let it saturate your system. Step 3. Align your habits. You can't just say you're a new person. You have to act in ways that reinforce it. Even small shifts count. The identity of I am a healthy person is reinforced by walking for 10 minutes, drinking water, or choosing rest. The action doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to prove the identity to your nervous system. 5. The power of I am. 2 words that shape your universe. I am. Your subconscious mind doesn't argue with I am statements. It accepts them as truth and works to prove them. Be careful what follows. Instead of, I am stuck, I am unlucky, I am overwhelmed. Try, I am in transition. I am learning how to thrive. I am becoming stronger every day. Speak to the version of you you're becoming, not the one you're trying to escape. 6. Embody first, evidence later. The greatest trap is waiting for external evidence. before you shift internally. But real creation flips that equation. You don't wait to feel successful, you embody success now. You don't wait to feel confident, you show up with courage now. You don't wait for validation, you move as if you're already chosen. Creation is not about faking it. It's about faithing it. You act in alignment with the identity you choose, and reality bends to match. Point 7. The identity. Alignment test. Before you make a decision, ask, does this action reinforce the identity I'm building? If the answer is no, choose differently. This one question will transform your decisions, relationships, boundaries, and habits. Fast. Because every choice is a vote for the version of you that wins. 8. Stop trying to fix yourself. You don't need to fix everything before you create. That's another delay tactic dressed as self-improvement. You're not broken. You're just unpracticed at being the version of you that already exists inside. The moment you choose a new identity, the old one starts to fade. You don't have to fight your past, just stop feeding it. Creation is not self-help. It's self-activation. Practice the creator identity activation. Name your new identity. Who is the version of you who already lives the life you want? Give them a name if you want. CEO me. Grounded me. Magnetic me. Write 3 ways they think and behave. What are their thoughts, daily habits, and boundaries? Embody 1 trait today. Choose 1 thing your future self would do today and do it now. Every small act of alignment reprograms your system. You are training your nervous system to normalize the identity of the creator. You are not becoming someone new. You are remembering who you were before fear made you forget. Identity is the infrastructure of your reality. Change it, and the rest follows. In the next chapter, we'll explore how your environment, both physical and digital, either feeds or fractures your creative power, and how to upgrade it to support the version of you who actually creates. Next up, Chapter 8, Your environment is your energy field. Chapter 8. Your environment is your energy field. You can have the right mindset, aligned action, and a powerful identity. But if your environment is toxic, cluttered, or chaotic, it will short-circuit your creation. Environment isn't neutral. It either elevates or erodes your energy. Your surroundings are always speaking to your subconscious. The room you sit in, the people you talk to, the content you consume, they're either supporting your creator identity or slowly dragging you back to your default self. This chapter is about taking control of your field, because manifesting is not just an inner process. It's an energetic ecosystem. Let's clean it up. 1. Your environment reflects what you tolerate. Look around your life. The mess in your home, the chaos on your phone, the energy of the people around you, the noise in your notifications, it's all feedback. Your external environment is a mirror of your internal permission. If you tolerate clutter, distractions, toxic relationships, or digital overwhelm, your subconscious gets the message. This is normal. This is what I deserve. This is who I am. But when you upgrade your environment, you send a new signal. I am the kind of person who protects my energy, values my space, and honors my vision. 2. The 3 layers of environment. To fully step into the creator role, you need to optimize all 3 layers. 1. Physical environment. This includes your home, workspace, bedroom, car, and anywhere you spend your time. Ask, is this space clean or chaotic? Do I feel empowered here or depleted? Does this room reflect my future or my past? Even small shifts, a clean desk, better lighting, a vision board can shift your mindset fast. 2. Digital environment. Your phone, apps, inbox, social media feeds, and notifications are a 24/7 energetic input. Audit it. What's draining your focus? Who are you following, and how do they make you feel? What kind of content are you consuming daily? Unfollow noise. Delete distractions. Create digital spaces that feed your goals, not your fears. 3. Social environment. Your circle. is your mirror. You become who you're surrounded by, whether you like it or not. Ask, do these people expand or shrink me? Do they celebrate my growth or challenge it? Do I feel safe being my highest self with them? If not, it's time to upgrade the room or create your own. Show me your 5 closest people, and I'll show you your future. You've heard it because it's true. 3. Create a high-vibe space. You don't need luxury. You need intention. Try these quick upgrades to elevate your environment. Declutter something daily. 1 drawer, 1 file, 1 folder. Add life to your space. Plants, light, color, art. Use scent and sound. Music and fragrance can change your frequency instantly. Keep a visible anchor. A quote, photo, or object that reminds you who you're becoming. Make your space feel like your future, not your past. 4. Detox your digital world. Your phone is not neutral. It's a portal. And right now, it's either leaking your energy or amplifying it. Here's how to detox it. Turn off non-essential notifications. You don't need to be on call 24/7. Unfollow any account that triggers comparison, drama, or fear. Organize your screen. Place your vision-related tools front and center. Create sacred screen time morning and night rituals with 0 scrolling. Use tech as a tool for creation, not as an escape from your life. 5. Upgrade your circle. You don't need a big circle. You need a clean one. Protect your vision by curating who gets access to your energy. That might mean spending less time with certain friends or family with love. Saying no to gossip, drama, and low-vibe conversations. Finding new rooms, events, masterminds, online spaces that reflect your next level. This isn't about being better than anyone. It's about being responsible for your evolution. You can't create like a leader and hang out like a victim. 6. Boundaries. Our environmental design. A boundary isn't just about saying no. It's about designing a space where your highest self can breathe. Boundaries protect your clarity, your peace, your creation power. Set them. With time, I don't take calls before 10 a.m. With space, this is my sacred work zone. With energy, I don't explain my vision to people who won't understand. Every boundary you set sends a message. This energy is sacred, and I'm not available for anything less. 7. Build a creation chamber. Every master creator has a sacred space where their power is amplified. Call it your creation chamber, a physical or digital space where you drop into vision mode. No distractions, no doubts. Just pure flow. Set it up with a clear desk or corner, your journal or laptop, headphones or music, candle, mantra, or object of focus. Even if it's just 30 minutes a day, enter your chamber and build your future. From there. Make it a ritual. Make it holy. Practice the 24-hour environment reset in the next 24 hours. Declutter 1 space, physical or digital. Mute or unfollow 5 accounts that drain your focus or joy. Set 1 clear boundary with your time or space. Create 1 small creation zone in your home. These simple shifts recalibrate your field fast. Remember, manifestation doesn't only happen in your mind. It happens in the atmosphere you maintain. Your environment is your energetic partner. If you want to create different results, you must inhabit different spaces. You deserve to live, work, and connect in spaces that honor your frequency. Clean it, curate it, upgrade it. The more intentional your environment, the faster your creation. In the next chapter, we take the leap into true manifestation mastery, turning resistance into rocket fuel by learning to navigate blocks, fears, and stuck energy with power instead of panic. Chapter 9. Resistance is a road sign, not a roadblock. Let's be clear. If you are creating something meaningful, resistance is not just possible, it's guaranteed. Fear, self-doubt, imposter syndrome, fatigue, distractions, avoidance. They're not signs that something is wrong. They're signs that something is waking up. Resistance isn't your enemy. It's your compass. When you learn to read it correctly, it becomes one of your most powerful tools. 1. Resistance is a sign of expansion. Most people misinterpret resistance. They think, I feel fear, so I must not be ready. I feel blocked, maybe. I'm doing the wrong thing. I'm procrastinating, so I must not be meant for this. Wrong. You feel resistance not because you're going the wrong way, but because you're leaving the comfort zone of who you used to be. Every time you reach for a higher version of yourself, your old programming sounds the alarm. Not because it wants to destroy you, but because its job is to keep you safe. The problem? It confuses familiar with safe. And your new vision? It's unfamiliar. So of course resistance shows up. Let it come. Let it signal growth. Then move anyway. 2. Resistance only lives in inaction. Here's the truth. Resistance multiplies in waiting. It dissolves in movement. You'll never think your way out of a block. You'll never plan your way out of fear. But the moment you take even a micro action in alignment with your goal, resistance starts to lose oxygen. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to break the inertia. Write one sentence. Hit publish. Record 30 seconds. Ask the question. Say yes, say no. Motion over perfection. Always. 3. Procrastination is just misaligned energy. We're not lazy. You're not broken. You're not flawed. You're just resisting something for a reason. Ask yourself, am I unclear about what to do next? Am I afraid of judgment or failure? Am I chasing someone else's version of success? Often, procrastination is your intuition trying to whisper, this isn't aligned, or you're trying to force it instead of flow it. Instead of fighting procrastination, listen to it, decode it, then redirect it. 4. Fear means you're alive. If you're scared, congratulations. You're not playing small anymore. But here's the reframe. Fear is not a stop sign. It's an invitation. You only fear what matters. You fear speaking on stage because your voice wants to be heard. You fear launching the business because your soul knows you're meant for more. You fear failure because there's something in you worth building. Let fear be the flashlight, not the wall. It's pointing you to your next evolution. 5. The 2 types of resistance. Not all resistance is the same. You need to know which one you're dealing with. 1. Ego resistance. This is fear, doubt, perfectionism. It's protective but paralyzing. Ask, if I ignore this resistance, will I regret it later? If yes, lean in and move anyway. 2. Intuitive resistance. This is misalignment. Your body says no because the thing isn't right for you. Ask, if I walked away from this forever, would I feel relief or regret? If relief, honor the no and pivot. Your job is to discern, not to fight everything blindly. 6. Creation requires discomfort. Stop waiting to feel ready. You probably one single quote. Stop waiting to be inspired. That's a trap. Creation lives in the messy middle. Uncertainty, vulnerability, risk, resistance, and still you move. The difference between creators and consumers is simple. Creators don't let resistance make decisions. They feel it. They use it. They build anyway. 7. Use resistance as a guide. When resistance shows up, don't panic. Ask powerful questions. What exactly am I afraid will happen? Who am I afraid of disappointing? What would I do right now if I felt fully confident? Where am I outsourcing my worth? This shifts resistance from a wall into a map. Let it lead you back to your PowerPoint. 8. Ritualize moving through it. And wait for resistance to disappear. Create rituals to move with it. Try this. The 3-minute resistance breakthrough. Name it. I'm feeling fear about launching this. Feel it. Take 3 deep breaths. Let it move through your body. Move anyway. Do one small thing that aligns with your vision. That's it. You don't overcome resistance once. You learn to dance with it daily. 9. The creator's secret weapon. Neutrality. 1 of the fastest ways to dissolve resistance is to drop emotional drama around it. neutralize it. Instead of, I'm stuck, gives try, interesting. Unnoticing. Resistance, what's here for me? This is hard. Gives try, this is new, and I'm learning. I can't do this. Gives try, I haven't done this yet, and I'm showing up anyway. Emotion adds weight. Neutrality adds motion. Detach. From the story. Return to the mission. Practice. Turn resistance into rocket fuel whenever you feel blocked. Pause. Label it without judgment. I'm feeling resistance. Locate. Where is it in your body? Fear in the chest? Tension in the jaw? Notice. Listen. Ask, what message does this resistance have for me? Move. Take one small, aligned action. Prove to your system, we move anyway. Repeat as needed. This is mastery. Resistance isn't the villain, it's the trainer. And every time you meet it with courage, you build a stronger creator within. In the next chapter, we'll unlock the final law, how to collapse time and quantum leap your results, not by hustling harder, but by aligning deeper and trusting faster. Chapter 10. Time doesn't create. Alignment does. We've been taught to believe that time creates results, that success takes years, that healing takes decades, that big dreams must be achieved step by step, with slow and steady progress. But the truth is this: time doesn't manifest your vision. Alignment does. Time is not the fuel of creation, frequency is. You don't need more time, you need more power in the present. You can collapse years into weeks, and months into moments, when you align with who you truly are and act from that. Energy now. 1. The myth of linear progress. The idea that life unfolds in a straight line is outdated. People quantum leap every day, from stuck to magnetic, from scarcity to overflow, from unknown to unstoppable. Not because they paid their dues, but because they aligned their frequency with their vision and acted accordingly. Time-based thinking says, I need 3 years to build this. I can't do that until I've earned it. Maybe someday I'll be ready. Creator-based thinking says, who do I need to become to live this now? How can I align today with the version of me who already has it? What if the wait is only a decision away? 2. Time is a mirror, not a master. Time reflects your state, but it doesn't control your destiny. If you believe something will take a long time, you'll create that delay. You'll unconsciously sabotage, delay decisions, or prepare forever. Why? Because the idea that this will take time lets you feel safe from failure, rejection, or being seen. But real creation doesn't happen in delay. It happens in now. Energy. 3. Now is the only creative power you have. The future doesn't exist. The past is already done. You can only manifest from one point, now. So ask, what am I available for now? What version of me is choosing this moment? What would my future self do in this exact situation? Every decision you make is a portal. You're either choosing your current identity or your next one. If you want new results, stop waiting for the future. Collapse it into now. 4. You don't earn it. You align with it. You don't need to prove you're worthy of the life you want. You just need to align with it, energetically, emotionally, mentally, and physically. How? Think like the version of you who already has it. Make choices that match that version's energy. Release anything that contradicts that identity. Manifestation is not about becoming worthy. It's about becoming available. 5. Quantum leaps come from quantum decisions. Quantum leaps don't happen when the stars align. They happen when you align. And that alignment starts with a decision. I no longer operate from lack. I operate from truth. I no longer need permission. I give it to myself. I no longer wait. I create. The world responds to clarity, not delay, not hesitation, not half-hearted. Energy. 6. Trust collapses time. Want to know the fastest way to speed up manifestation? Trust. Trust your vision. Trust your intuition. Trust your timing. Trust the pauses and pivots. Trust yourself. when you stop needing proof before belief, and choose belief as the proof you signal to the universe. I'm ready now. And that readiness collapses timelines. 7. Let it be simple. Let it be fast. We've been programmed to believe that big things require suffering. That if it's fast, it must be fake. That ease is suspicious. But what if it could be fast and real? What if simplicity is actually a higher frequency than complexity? Let yourself receive more by doing less. Less overthinking, less forcing, less explaining, less proving, and more being, more trusting, more moving with flow and fire. 8. Speed comes from certainty. When you're certain about who you are, what you want, and what you're no longer available for, life moves faster. Uncertainty slows you down. Clarity speeds you up. That's why knowing your identity collapses confusion. Taking aligned action collapses indecision. Owning your value collapses doubt. The more certain your energy, the shorter the distance between desire and result. 9. You are the timeline. Here's the ultimate truth. You are not on the timeline. You are the timeline. You decide how long things take. You decide what's possible now. You decide what energy creates what result. When you embody the future version of yourself now, you bring the future into the present. It's not magic. It's alignment. Practice the now activation. Want to collapse time? Try this daily ritual. Visualize the version of you who already has what you want. Feel them. See how they walk, talk, choose, and move. Anchor that identity in the present. Ask, what would they do in my shoes today? Act from that place. Send the message. Make the offer. Set the boundary. Take the leap. Declare out loud, I don't wait for timelines. I create them. Feel the shift? That's power. You're not behind. You're not too late. You're just one decision away from everything changing. When you align, things accelerate. When you trust, things simplify. When you decide, things move. Final activation. The creators Kadiov read the book. But the book isn't the answer. You are. The law of creation is simple. Align with truth. Act from identity. Protect your energy. Trust your path. Build with boldness. Stop waiting. Start manifesting real results. The life you want isn't out there. It's already available to the version of you who's ready now. So step in. Create. Repeat. This is just the beginning. Chapter 11. Embody or repeat. The choice that changes everything. You've read the principles. You've felt the shifts. You've seen yourself in these pages. But now we come to the final truth. Reading changes nothing. Embodiment changes everything. This isn't a book to finish. It's a life to live. You now stand at a threshold between two timelines. One where you keep collecting more information, hoping the next post, the next coach, the next moment will finally unlock the result. And another where you say, I already have enough. I am enough, and I begin now. This chapter is your bridge from knowledge to embodiment, where everything changes. 1. You either embody or you repeat. There are only two choices in every moment. Embody the energy of the future you desire, or repeat the energy of the past you've outgrown. That's it. This book won't manifest your dreams. You will with your beliefs, with your boundaries, with your body language, with your choices. The question is, are you living as the creator or waiting for one? 2. Embodiment is a frequency, not a feeling. People often say, I want to feel confident first, then I'll act. Wrong order. Confidence isn't a prerequisite. It's a byproduct of consistent embodiment. You don't wait to feel ready. You act like the version of you who already is. You show up before it's perfect. You speak before you're sure. You launch before you've figured out every detail. Feeling follows frequency. You choose the frequency. You lead the moment. 3. Your life reflects what you embody, not what you know. Knowledge isn't power until it becomes behavior. You could memorize this entire book and still manifest nothing if your energy says, I'm not good enough. Maybe later. What if I fail? But one decision, one aligned moment of embodiment can change your whole life. You don't manifest what you want. You manifest what you are available for. 4. Embodiment doesn't mean perfection. This is not about becoming a perfect person. It's about returning over and over to your truth. You will fall back. You will doubt. You will forget. That's not failure. That's human. But the Creator doesn't stay stuck. The Creator remembers who they are and moves again. Practice is power. Return is the ritual. 5. Living as the Creator every day. Here's how embodiment looks in the real world. You wake up and choose identity before action. Who am I being today? You make decisions from your vision, not your fear. What would my future self say yes to, say no to? You stop outsourcing your worth. You no longer need applause to feel enough. You protect your energy like your life depends on it, because your future does. You move even when it's messy. Progress over perfection. Always. 6. The Daily Embodiment Blueprint. Want to live this for real? Use this simple 5-minute daily ritual. Step 1. Activate the identity. Today, I choose to embody the version of me who... Fill in the blank with your vision. Creates, speaks, loves boldly, owns her value, etc. Step 2. Choose 3 actions. What would this version do today? What would they say no to? What energy would they bring? Step 3. Repeat out loud. I don't chase. I attract. I don't wait. I create. I don't hope. I decide. I am the creator of my life. Let this frequency lead the day. 7. Make it a lifestyle, not a one-time shift. The law of creation isn't a moment. It's a movement. Every morning is an invitation. Do I align or do I repeat? Every conversation is a test. Do I speak from power or from fear? Every trigger is an opportunity. Do I revert or rise? The results you seek are not out there. They already exist inside the version of you who is done waiting. 8. The Creator's oath to finish this book is to begin a deeper initiation. If you're ready to embody the law of creation, not just read it, then speak this aloud. I am not here to consume. I am here to create. I release the need to be ready. I declare that I already am. I move as the future. I speak from truth. I trust my power. I no longer need permission. I give it to myself. I am not a follower of life. I am the creator of it. And it begins now. Final note from the author: you don't need another book. You don't need another course. You don't need more evidence. You need decision. Because once you decide deeply, energetically, unapologetically, life rushes to meet you. You are the creator. You always have been. Now go live like it. Chapter 12. Living the Law of Creation Every Day. While this book offers powerful insights into the law of creation, the real magic begins when you start living it daily. You've learned the principles. You've done the exercises. You've felt the shifts. But now comes the true test. Will you make this a way of life? We often think of change as a sudden, dramatic moment, a transformation that happens overnight. But the real alchemy occurs when you bring your practice into the mundane, everyday moments. This is your invitation to stop reading and start living the law of creation. Every day. 1. The power of consistency when it comes to creating a life that aligns with your highest potential. Consistency is key. A single moment of inspiration won't carry you far, but daily embodiment will move mountains. Just like building a muscle, the more you practice the law of creation, the stronger and more effective your ability to manifest becomes. Show up every day, even when it feels hard. Trust that the small steps add up. Be patient with the process and with yourself. You can't expect to build a skyscraper with a few bricks. Consistency over time creates the foundation for your wildest dreams. 2. Importance of rituals to truly embody your creative power. You need rituals, simple, intentional practices that set the tone for your day and align your energy. Here are a few daily rituals that can help. Morning alignment. As soon as you wake up, remind yourself who you're becoming. Ground yourself in the truth of your power before you check emails, social media, or start the day's tasks. Ask yourself, what does my highest self do today? Midday reset. Pause for a moment in the middle of your day to recalibrate. Take 3 deep breaths and reflect on where you're operating from: fear, scarcity, or abundance. Realign with your future self and move forward from that energy. Evening reflection. Before bed, take 5 minutes to review the day. Acknowledge the wins, the progress, and the lessons. Celebrate your embodiment. This reinforces the shifts and keeps your frequency high. 3. Stop waiting for perfection. One of the most common obstacles to daily embodiment is the idea that you need to be perfect. Guess what? You don't. Single quotes T. In fact, perfection is the enemy of progress. Instead of waiting for the perfect moment, act now. Instead of waiting to feel ready, act as if you already are. You will learn as you go. And that's what will make you powerful. Point 4. Creating momentum. Momentum is a vital component in living the law of creation. The more you show up in alignment, the more momentum you build. That momentum attracts opportunities, resources, and people who match your frequency. Every action you take is like a stone thrown into a pond, sending ripples far beyond what you can see. Every time you move from your highest self, you create momentum. Every time you follow through on your vision, you send out powerful waves of energy. Every time you choose alignment over fear, you amplify your manifestation. The more consistent your actions, the more rapidly your reality shifts. 5. Trust the process, not the outcome. One of the most crucial lessons in manifestation is trusting the process, not fixating on the outcome. When you constantly focus on the end goal, you disconnect from the creative energy that is flowing in the present moment. Trust that the universe is unfolding exactly as it should, and that your consistent actions will bring the right opportunities at the right time. Let go of attachment to the outcome. Instead, focus on alignment. How are you feeling, acting, and being in each moment? Believe that everything is working in your favor, even if you can't yet see it. 6. Embrace challenges as opportunities. The process of creation is not always smooth sailing. Challenges will arise. They are part of the journey. However, rather than seeing obstacles as roadblocks, start viewing them as opportunities for growth. Every challenge you face is an invitation to expand, to level up your consciousness, and to fine-tune your energy. The stronger your ability to navigate challenges, the faster you will manifest your goals. The key is to keep your perspective high and your vibration aligned. The more you embrace challenges, the more resilient you become. 7. Community and accountability. Creation is not a solo journey. Surround yourself with those who inspire you, support you, and hold you accountable to your highest self. Find a community of like-minded creators who are also dedicated to manifesting their highest potential. Share your wins and struggles and support others in their journeys. Accountability accelerates growth and helps maintain momentum. 8. Enjoy the journey. Lastly, remember that creation isn't just about reaching a destination. It's about the joy and fulfillment you feel along the way. Celebrate the small wins. Dance in the process. Savor the moments of manifestation as they come to life. When you live in gratitude, in joy, and in active creation, that's when everything starts to flow effortlessly. Living the law of creation, your daily commitment. The truth is, you can read all the books, take all the courses, and listen to all the podcasts in the world. But nothing will change until you choose to live in alignment every day. This chapter isn't the end. It's the beginning of a lifelong journey. Take what you've learned here and live it, feel it, act on it, and let the world respond. Final thought. Every moment is a choice. Every day is a blank canvas. And you are the artist. The law of creation doesn't end with this book. It continues every single day, as long as you choose to step into your creative power and embody it. Conclusion. Step into your power and create now. You've come to the end of the law of creation. But this is far from the end of your journey. The insights, practices, and tools shared in this book were never meant to be merely intellectual exercises. They were meant to ignite real change. This book isn't just a collection of concepts or a guide to passive dreaming. It's an invitation to step into your power and start creating right now. Throughout these pages, you've learned the principles of manifestation, energy alignment, and creation. You've tapped into the profound truth that you are not merely a passive participant in life, you are the creator. Now, it's time to stop waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect conditions, or the perfect timing, because the truth is, the perfect moment is now. You don't need another strategy, another course, or another sign. You already have everything you need to begin. The only question left is, will you start today? You are the creator of your reality. This book has given you the map, but the journey is yours to walk. The world will respond to the energy you put out, to the decisions you make, and to the alignment you choose. You are not a passive observer. You are the creator of your reality, and your reality will expand, shift, and transform in direct proportion to your willingness to embody your truth. You now know that time doesn't create alignment, does. Manifestation doesn't require waiting, it requires a decision. If you take nothing else from this book, let it be this: the life you desire isn't out there, waiting for you to get lucky. It's already within you, ready to be unlocked the moment you align your energy, embody your truth, and start taking action. The power is in your hands. Your creative power is limitless, but it's up to you to claim it. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to wait until you feel ready. What you need is to decide, and then act in alignment with that decision. Every choice you make is an act of creation. Every thought, every word, and every action is building the life you're destined to live. You are constantly shaping your reality, and now, you have the tools to shape it consciously. Your next step, the world will continue to challenge you, to test you, to push you. But with the law of creation as your guide, you can meet every obstacle with power, clarity, and grace. That your next step is simple. Align and create. Start small if you must, but start today. Take one step, just one, and the universe will meet you with opportunities, resources, and people who are aligned with your vision. Remember, manifestation is not magic, it's alignment. So trust yourself. Trust the process. And trust that you are ready. A final affirmation before you close this book. Take a moment to say this aloud. I am the creator of my life. I align with my highest vision. I am ready to receive and create what is meant for me. I trust the process. I trust myself. I take inspired action now. Thank you for joining me on this journey. You are now equipped with the knowledge, the tools, and the power to create the life you desire. The world is waiting for you to step into your full creative potential. Now go create.